So today I'm going to show you how to delete an element from a table using C. So as you see, I've wrote down the code. I will explain each step. So first we define our table as an integer that has 4 elements. So as you see, it is 1, 1, 2 and 3. Also I've write here a variable that hold up the size of the table. In here, this is the element that we want to delete, so I call it delete. And as you see, all of them are integer, because I want to point on an integer, I should declare the pointer as an integer. So as you see it here, we created the first pointer and the second pointer, and that variable is a counter that count the new size that we'll have after removing those two numbers. So as you see here, I've wrote down a for loop. The for loop is pointing on the first element of the table. So if you wrote down just table like that, is the equivalent of this thing. They are the same. If you write just down the name of the table, it will give you the first address of the table, as you see here. The first pointer is pointing on the table, and the second one is also pointing on the table. Let's put it right here. So the first thing is, so as you see here also, this is our table that has 1, 1, the values 2, 3, and this is the memory address of these. It is just an imaginary address because we are using an integer, so the memory address should move with 4 octet. So that's why I've wrote 0048C, because 12 I guess is C in hexadecimal. Of course, I did a side search about that one. So here I will put the first address in the first pointer, and the second pointer is also pointing on the first address of the write down table with the size 4. To explain that one, it says that do not reach the index number 4 because we don't know it, only the index number 3 or the address, because here we are talking about addresses, not index. We're telling the machine to not reach the index number 4 because if we started here, it only reach the index number 3, and the fourth one we don't know it, so we don't need to reach it. Here it says that go to the next address. After the machine have processed those instructions, it will switch to the next address. Here it means that get the value of the first of this address and check if it is not equal to 1, because delete equal to 1. In the first case, it is equal to 1, so the pointer 1 will go to the next address, but the pointer 2 will stay in the first address. So from the table here, pointer 1 will switch to the next address, that it is that one that has this value, and the second pointer is still pointing on the first address. Now we will switch to the second number, that it is 1. Also, this address equals to 1, that means it will not enter this area, it will go directly to the next address, that it is. So here we have 2, and in 2 not equal to 1, as we see here, that means it will execute that one. The pointer 1 has the address of the value 2, and the first one has the address of the first element of the table or first index 0, that it is 1. So he will overwrite it with the value that we have in this address, and we'll put it in this address. So here this value will be changed to 2, and then our pointer will point in the next address, so that it is 0.4, because the pointer is still here. The next address will be that one. And also, as you see here, we added 1 to the 0 because we are counting the new size of the new table that we will have at the end, so that we can print it. And now it will switch to the next address. So as you see here, the next address is that one, and that one is not equal to 1, the value that we want to delete. I mean, this condition is true, and it will enter here. It will check this value is 3 and put it and this address, override this address, so it will override like that, and then he will add one to the new size because the table has expanded, and then I guess it will break the loop. And then here this is a basic enter for loop to print the values that we had. So if we tested that thing, and as you see, this is the output that we get. So I will leave this code in description, and that's it. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, do the random things that you usually do, and that's it. Bro, what am I watching?